Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that your stomach no longer contains a heart, lungs, liver, or any other internal organs. Instead, hidden inside your body is an entire living world, complete with oceans, continents, mountains, weather systems, and civilizations that have absolutely no idea they exist inside another living being. It sounds impossible. It sounds like science fiction. But according to the SCP Foundation, this is exactly the anomaly known as SCP-007. Unlike many dangerous SCPs capable of destroying cities or ending civilizations, SCP-007 is something entirely different. It doesn't hunt people. It doesn't spread disease. It doesn't manipulate minds. Instead, it forces us to ask one terrifying question. What if our own universe is simply another world existing inside something much larger? Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the Foundation's strangest and most thought-provoking anomalies ever documented. This is SCP-007, the living planet, or, as many members of the SCP community call it, the planet inside a man. At first glance, SCP-007 appears completely ordinary. He is an adult human male with no obvious supernatural characteristics. He speaks normally. He behaves normally. He eats, sleeps, and lives much like anyone else. If you met him on the street, nothing about him would make you suspect that one of the most impossible anomalies on Earth exists within his own body. Yet everything changes the moment you look at his abdomen. Where every normal human possesses muscles protecting vital organs, SCP-007 instead has a perfectly open cavity. There is no stomach, no liver, no intestines, no lungs, no beating heart visible through the opening. Instead, inside that impossible space, there is a world, not a hologram, not an illusion, not a projection, a real physical world. Researchers describe seeing an entire spherical planet suspended within the cavity. Its surface contains oceans that shimmer beneath sunlight. Mountain ranges stretch across enormous continents. Cloud systems drift naturally through the atmosphere. Storms form and disappear. Rivers carve paths through valleys. Snow covers distant peaks. Everything behaves exactly like an actual planet. The first scientists assigned to SCP-007 reportedly believed they were looking at some kind of advanced simulation. However, further observation quickly destroyed that explanation. The weather was unpredictable. Ocean currents shifted over time. Entire forests changed with the seasons. Nothing appeared artificial. Nothing repeated. Everything evolved naturally. Even more astonishing, powerful telescopic observation revealed movement across the continents. At first researchers assumed these were simply animals. Later observations suggested something far more extraordinary. Civilizations. Tiny settlements appeared across different regions of the planet. Smoke occasionally rose into the atmosphere. Road-like structures slowly expanded. Lights appeared during nighttime cycles. Agricultural fields could be identified. Entire populations seemed to live ordinary lives across the world's surface. The realization shocked everyone involved. The beings inhabiting the miniature world weren't random organisms. They appeared intelligent. Whether they were truly human remained uncertain, but their behavior strongly resembled early human civilizations developing independently. And none of them showed any evidence that they understood the truth. As far as they knew, their planet was the entire universe. Their sky, their oceans, their history, their future. Everything they had ever known existed inside the body of a single man. Naturally, Foundation researchers wanted answers. How large was this impossible world? Initial visual estimates suggested something approximately the size of a large globe. But measurements immediately became contradictory. The abdominal opening itself measures only around 30 centimeters across. Yet optical instruments focused through the opening observed landscapes stretching hundreds, then thousands, and eventually tens of thousands of kilometers into the distance. This should have been physically impossible. Space inside the cavity simply did not obey conventional geometry. It was significantly larger on the inside than on the outside. Every attempt to calculate its true dimensions failed. Some researchers proposed that the opening functioned as a stable spatial distortion connecting our universe to another. Others believed the planet somehow existed within a pocket dimension compressed into impossible space. Neither theory could explain every observation. The anomaly refused to fit within any accepted model of physics. The Foundation considered sending probes into the cavity. That proposal was rejected almost immediately. No one knew what entering the space might do. Would the probe shrink? Would it remain normal size? Would introducing foreign objects contaminate an entire civilization? Could removing even a small amount of material trigger catastrophic consequences? There were simply too many unknowns. Instead, researchers relied almost entirely on remote observation. Day after day, week after week, month after month, they watched an entire world continue living its own independent existence. The planet rotated normally. Day transitioned into night. Weather systems continued evolving. Seasons changed across different continents. Nothing suggested that the inhabitants realized they were being observed from another reality. Perhaps the most unsettling discovery came during long-term monitoring. History continued to unfold. Cities slowly expanded. Road networks became more complex. Population centers grew. Entire regions transformed over time. It wasn't a frozen snapshot. It was a living, breathing civilization experiencing the passage of time. That raised an even more disturbing question. If enough time passed, would technology eventually develop? Would those civilizations invent telescopes? Would they begin exploring space? And if they did, what would happen if one day they looked upward, far beyond their own atmosphere, and discovered the impossible truth? For now, there was no evidence that anyone living on the miniature planet had reached that level of scientific advancement. Their civilizations appeared to be progressing naturally, following their own history completely independent of ours. Wars may have been fought. Kingdoms may have risen and fallen. Entire cultures may have disappeared. To the people living there, these events would have shaped everything they believed about their past. Yet from the Foundation's perspective, they were witnessing the complete history of another world unfold inside a single human being. This immediately created one of the greatest ethical dilemmas in Foundation history. If intelligent life truly existed inside SCP-007, did the Foundation have the right to interfere? Could they justify making contact? Would introducing knowledge of our universe destroy an entire civilization overnight? Some researchers argued that communication would revolutionize science forever. Others warned that even the smallest interaction could completely alter the natural development of an entire world. Ultimately, the Foundation chose the only option they believed was responsible. Observation. Nothing more. No communication. No interference. No exploration. No attempts to introduce technology. The miniature civilization would be allowed to continue developing naturally. SCP-007 himself remained surprisingly cooperative throughout containment. Unlike many humanoid anomalies, he never attempted to escape Foundation supervision. He understood that something extraordinary existed within him, even if he couldn't fully comprehend it. According to Foundation records, he reported no constant pain caused by the anomaly. His daily life was remarkably normal considering the impossible reality hidden inside his body. Medical examinations produced results that only deepened the mystery. Despite the complete absence of visible internal organs within the abdominal cavity, SCP-007 continued functioning like a healthy adult human. His body somehow survived without organs that every known form of human life requires. His heartbeat could still be detected. He continued breathing. His metabolism functioned normally. He required food and water. Yet none of these biological processes could be explained through conventional anatomy. The Foundation never discovered where these missing organs actually existed, or if they even existed at all. This transformed SCP-007 from a simple spatial anomaly into a biological impossibility. His existence violated not just one scientific field, but several at once: physics, biology, medicine, cosmology. Every attempt to explain him only created new unanswered questions. The Foundation classified SCP-007 as safe, not because he was ordinary, but because he willingly cooperated with containment procedures and posed no immediate threat. He was provided suitable living quarters and monitored continuously. Researchers observed both SCP-007 himself and the impossible world hidden inside him. Years passed. The world continued turning. Clouds drifted over oceans, storms crossed continents, cities expanded, life continued, completely unaware that another civilization watched from beyond the sky. Perhaps the most unsettling aspect of SCP-007 isn't the anomaly itself. It's the philosophical implication it leaves behind. Humanity has always believed that our universe is the highest level of existence. But SCP-007 suggests another possibility. What if worlds can exist inside living beings? If one universe can exist inside a man, could our own universe exist inside something unimaginably larger? Could every galaxy, every star, every planet, simply be part of another reality beyond our understanding? And if that's true, who is observing us? Would we ever know? Or would our greatest scientific discoveries still leave us trapped inside a universe that is only a tiny fragment of something infinitely greater? That is what makes SCP-007 so terrifying. Not because it kills, not because it hunts, not because it wants to destroy humanity, but because it forces us to question reality itself. Some SCPs threaten your life. SCP-007 threatens your understanding of existence. And perhaps, those are the anomalies we should fear the most. So here's one final question. If you somehow discovered that our entire universe existed inside another living being, would it change the way you see reality? Or would you keep living exactly as you do today? Let me know your answer in the comments below.